Good. Today is Saturday, right?
Right? Yeah.
I got one right.
It's Blues Festival weekend.
Dan is my friend from about 35, 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
We've known each other for a long
Don't
time.
give away how old you are.
Especially some girl says.
But it hasn't been that long.
Some girl said to me today, says, "Oh, you look like you're about 70 years old."
Not even close.
Not even realize. Okay.
Because if he's that old, then it makes me that old.
Right. Anyway, we've known each other like 35, 40. Oh, okay, forget that. Since college.
Long time.
Long time. And I've been rolling, I would say, past 10, 11 years. And Dan actually does my website.
Yeah.
And then, he would hear me.
Since 2001, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I came to you as a guy who needed help, so okay.
Yeah, you've been digital since then.
Anyway, for the past, I've been talking about Raw now for like the past 10 years. And he's been hearing it, and all of a sudden...
I hear it, and I can't say... it's like osmosis. You keep absorbing all this stuff, and you believe in it, and you believe it's the right thing to do, but it's very difficult because obviously we eat based on habits...
And you're Italian, too.
And culture. Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, food is part of your culture. So
that's right.
Being Italian, you know I love pasta and sausage and meatballs and all that kind of stuff.
You also like your health, though.
I do, I do, but you know, eating that way doesn't affect you immediately. I guess probably in the long run it affects you negatively, but there's no immediate detrimental effect, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right. But maybe when you get older, you know, your arteries get clogged and you have too high cholesterol. I have high triglycerides. I've had it for years.
Wow.
And
so you started drinking green smoothies about 3 months ago?
Yeah, I started on a regular basis. Now I've drank
over 10 years. I finally got to you after 10 years.
Well, no. There have been periods where I've tried to go raw, tried to eat raw, and you know, my success rate has usually been 2 or 3 days. You know, I'm able to sustain it for 2 or 3 days, and then I don't know what happens, but it falls apart.
Right.
So I'm not trying to go raw, although I believe in the benefits of eating raw and raw foods. What I decided to do is just supplement my diet with green smoothies.
You add rather than subtract.
Exactly.
That's the key.
That was your philosophy. Add instead of subtract.
Right.
And then what I'm thinking is that my body will naturally adapt to the fact that it feels better to eat one way and not the other. And maybe there's a natural process where I'll just starting more raw than you know, bad or non-raw.
I bring a lot of fruit with me.
But anyway, as Arnold was saying, I have started to make green smoothies, drinking them on almost a daily basis for a few months now. And basically what I do is on the weekend I make a batch, and it started out that I was just making it for myself, and there's no rhyme or reason to what I put in my smoothies. I know it's fruit and some kind of vegetables, but I know I use, as Arnold said, I use bananas as a base. And then beyond that, you know, apples, pears, peaches, melons, cherries, strawberries, it doesn't really matter. And what I found is that as I mix and match different kinds of fruits, it also changes the texture and the taste. So what's happening is I started making the green smoothies with the lettuce, and then my wife started to drink it, and my son started to drinking, but they were saying, well, this is too bitter, you know. So then I experimented with putting like honey in it, and then I even went through a period where I put green tea in it, and I know that's not the best thing to do.
Not the best thing.
But I drink Arizona green tea anyway, so I figured it wasn't. So I started making green smoothies with green tea for a while, and then I finally got to the point where there was a certain combination of fruits that my son and my wife would drink, but they were saying it was too thick, or my son would say it's too thick. So then I started watering it down for him. Now they're in the habit of drinking it on a regular.
So in other words, you got your whole family drinking green smoothies, and you're making for them. And have you noticed any difference?
I feel more energetic.
More energetic. For a young guy like ourselves.
Yeah, no. Now, I don't know. I guess I could attribute it to the green smoothies. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's not a scientific experiment where I'm eliminating one thing and adding. You know, but I think overall, I do. And I wake up earlier for some reason. I usually have a tendency to sleep in, but I usually wake up earlier. So maybe that is also has had a positive effect on me as well. But I don't take any supplemental vitamins any longer. I used to do that.
Okay, so that's that. Okay.
So
that's a side benefit.
Because I mean, yeah, because in my mind, I'm getting all natural vitamins, you know, rather than the synthetic vitamins, which is their vitamins are probably not as good.
No.
So that's the progress so far. definitely going to keep drinking green smoothies. And if I start transitioning more, I mean, there have been like days where I just, because my smoothies come out so thick, it's almost like a meal. I'm serious. Right, so there have been like days where all I've eaten was, or drank, was the green smoothie, and I wasn't hungry for anything else.
Yeah, from my experience, people who drink green smoothies stick with the program.
Yeah.
From my experience.
Yeah, so I think I'm getting health benefits out of it.
Benefits.
Now, I'm not saying that the other stuff I eat is
best.
Is good or bad. It's probably detrimental, but at least now I'm
more conscious.
I'm more conscious of the fact that I should eat or drink healthy, and also I'm probably combating some of the negative stuff that I'm doing with the other food. Because obviously it's high, smoothies are high in antioxidants, high in vitamins and nutrients and on minerals and all that kind of stuff. And to tell you the truth, I'm not the kind of person that sits down and eats fruit. I'm really not. I mean, I'm always on the run. I have this bad habit of always, driving through a fast food restaurant, and I'm serious. That's the way I am. But at least with the green smoothie now, it's like putting a brake on the things that I was doing that is not good, right? So my body's saying stop. Keep drinking the green smoothies. Stop or restrain from doing the other stuff. And so we'll see where it goes. Maybe we'll have an update in a few months. We'll see if I've transitioned more to
People have been asking about that. Actually, we're making a movie.
Yeah?
A 2-month movie.
Oh, a 2-month movie.
Yeah, we're going to follow people for 8 weeks.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
And one other thing, we have a women's event coming up in October. Talks about gear for women, talks about breast cancer, all these different diseases, how you once you take charge, total responsibility for your health. That's what we're going to, like an informative, non-informative, informative, casual seminar in October 18th. And we're also going to make it a movie September 18th. Almost like a documentary film, 6 or 7 people. We're going to just push our raw food lifestyle and see what happens. I think that's it. That's it.
Let me ask you a question.
On tape?
On tape. Okay, so
First question I ever had to ask.
No, I mean we're talking about like what is the percentage of raw food you eat in comparison to, non-raw food or cooked food or whatever, right? That's how you usually, people usually get started, right? They're 100% non-raw, and then they start,
They gradually work.
They gradually work, right?
The green smoothie has shown to be a very good transition.
Okay, so
I tell people add, rather subtract, add more fruit.
Right.
Carry a 6-pack of bananas in your car, some apples or cherries or grapes in your car. This way, you won't be tempted to stop at a local fast food place.
So my question is, as you're transitioning, let's say you reached a 50%, right? You're 50% raw and 50% non-raw, or the way you've traditionally eaten, right? At what point does it really start becoming beneficial? I mean, obviously there's always some benefit, but at what point do you really, like as you say, helps you to prevent disease and maybe even, get rid of some of the...
From what I've read, it's at least 80%.
You have to be at least 80%.
From what I've read, 80%.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah, and actually the Hallelujah Acres, they push 80% raw food, 20% cooked food, but it has to be non-processed. What you eat is important, what you don't eat is not also important. What you eat is important, what you don't eat is also important. Once you get rid of the meat, the chicken, the fish, the dairy, the eggs, the processed foods, the fast foods, the sodas, the coffees, then you really start to notice a change.
Okay, but you still have to reach that 80%.
I would say.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay, now another question I just thought about. Obviously, there's some people that are vegetarians.
Obviously,
they're vegans, right? Okay, so but they eat cooked vegetables. They cook their vegetables, but they're still vegetarian.
You're not saying that. What do you mean? What's the question?
The question is, suppose you still eat cooked foods, but you just become a vegetarian. There's got to be some benefit to that too, because you're eliminating red meats and meat protein.
But I think you can take your health to a higher level, your energetic vibration to a higher level once you have more light.
So the highest level is raw, completely raw.
Yeah. And the highest level is fruit and leafy greens.
Fruit and leafy greens, 100%.
Highest, yeah.
The highest. Okay.
I'm not at that level, but that's the highest.
Right, but you're probably 99.9%. Are you really?
Negative, the highest level.
So you're 100% raw food.
I'm not.
I'd say 99.
99. And how long have you been
90.
at at that
Almost a
level?
year.
A year. And
Look how good she was.
would be good as a raw food.
Well, she had no choice in that. She had a major illness.
She could be the poster child for raw food.
She had a major illness, and then
Oh, okay.
then she had to transition over. Anybody with someone with breast cancer, major diseases have to be really top of the have to be at least 80,
So you
95%.
really notice a big difference then from the
Mhm.
way you ate to the way you eat now.
I noticed a huge difference from gourmet raw to fruit and greens raw.
What do you mean by gourmet raw?
You know, we better stop the tape. That's running. How late? Past 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Yeah, because I know YouTube has a limit, right?